I am so excited to have an incredible opportunity today to connect with Bernard Calabo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. And you're part of this year's 2023 Amber Approved Holiday Gift Guide with your incredible chocolate. So, first off, I just want to welcome you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for having me, Amber.
My pleasure. And one of the reasons that I reached out, because I always like to share this, is I love to handpick local companies that are producing integral, high quality product that I've loved and been using in my household for years. And I think more now than ever, it's so important to emphasize and get the story behind the brand, the product, so that people can really get to know you and this journey that you've had with this business. So why don't you start by sharing a little bit about who you are and what you do with chocolate, because it's quite the story.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm originally from Belgium, and my family we were in the chocolate business there for a long time. Originally, we started with the brewery in 1850. Then the second generation in 1911 started a company with bean to bar chocolates. And so my dad ran it from the Second World War till 1972. Then my mother took over, and then the family sold it in 1980, and that's when I moved to Canada. And so this year I've been making chocolates in Calgary for 40 years. So it's a special year today.
Well, happy anniversary. That's so exciting.
Well, thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about what sets this brand apart. What makes it unique? Because you can go to the store and buy all different kinds of brands of chocolates. You don't really
Yeah,
know what you're
absolutely,
getting.
absolutely. And I think that's a lot of people see it, chocolate is brown and they all think it's the same thing, but unfortunately it's not. It's a little bit like red wine. Like 40 years ago, red wine was red water, basically, with a little bit of alcohol, but there's a whole bunch of different things. Chocolate is the same thing. And chocolate is changing, has changed a lot over the years. When I got here, it was a candy bar, what is basically a sugar-based product. But now there's much more sophistication coming in, better ingredients, etc. And really that's what's good. And that's what we have done since 40 years ago, but I've always kept on raising the bar. Like with my new company, we are 90% organic. We are gluten-free with all our products. Even our pretzels are gluten-free.
Mhm.
And our chocolate is also soy-free, because in most chocolate there is lecithin in it, and most lecithin is made from soy, and soy is one of the most genetically modified ingredients. But in any case, our chocolate has no soy in at all. So keep it simple, keep the label simple with good ingredients. And so, yeah, that's the way we think. We always try to find better ingredients. So that's part of my job. What I do mostly is finding better suppliers, better ingredients, and experimenting. And that's what you have to do. You cannot stand still. You have to evolve. And what I did 40 years ago is totally different than what I do today. And probably what I do 5 years from now, or 10 years from now is going to be different. And that's part of the fun of the business, that you change, you come up with new ideas. You have team members that come up with new ideas. You have to follow also trends. Like that's normal. Like the younger people think differently than what I do, but you do it still with a good quality mindset, and that's the key. That's the fundamental base of the business, basically.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. The mindset piece is so important because it can be such a mind game to get into your head and have all these thoughts going on, right? So I want to talk a little bit more about that. Like, how has being in this business like helped you grow as a person? Like, what are some of the, and we'll get back to the chocolate right away, but I think this is really important. Like, what are some of the biggest things you've learned in this business and for yourself?
Well, I learned lots of things in this business. I mean, like one of them is like a value system. If you if you want to do a quality organization, you have to have a value system and stick to it. And you have and that takes effort, and that costs money, because sometimes it's easy to cut corners, but if you stick to it, like, could I make chocolates with non-organic cream? Yes, I can do that. And would I save money? Yes, I can. I would save a lot of money, but you have to stay to your values, so that all that part, the quality issue, is part of the value system. On the other side, on the business side, because as I lost my business and I had to start from scratch. You
Yeah.
learn, there's a lot of things that you learn there, and one of them is your personal value system changes dramatically when you go through an event like that, because you find what is important and what is not important. And and in a certain way, I'm grateful that I had that experience, but otherwise I would never have had it. It's not the experience to lose, your house, etc. Is definitely not what you want to do, but the experience of all what surrounds that, even your friends, you find out who your true friends and which ones are not. And so that whole experience is a life experience, really.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually, I it has been a very positive for me.
I'm so glad. I love your outlook, and the mindset piece is huge. Can I ask what what gave you the will to move forward after that happened? Because I imagine at the time perhaps it was maybe a very overwhelming or frustrating circumstance that came up, right? That you had to
It
confront.
is, and actually, it's still not over. I still deal with issues at this point, so that is not gone yet. Uh, so, sorry, do you mind repeating my question?
Yeah, of
I lost
course.
my train of thought.
So just kind of what sparked the will or the drive inside of you
Yes.
to start again?
Well, the number one is that if you are truly passionate what you do, you can do that. I saw it as an opportunity to reinvent yourself and do better than what you did before. And yes, it's hard to do it because you have no resources, no financial resources to do that. So that is a challenge, and it is still not easy now. But it is an opportunity to reinvent yourself. That's for sure. For me, that has been the experience. And with the new company, we have an amazing team of people that we work with here, and that's really, you know, it makes life much easier. It's fun to come back to work every day. That's if you can go to work every day, get up in the morning and be happy to go to work, that is good. That's what you want.
100%. It is a blessing. And I can feel and tell how passionate you are. And obviously the proof is in the product because everything tastes so amazing. And I have very heightened sense of taste. And so I can really tell when something is well quality made versus not, right? And so it's just the proof is in the product. And thank you for being willing to share a bit of that story. And I'm so glad that the passion, and the will to move forward have happened for you. So I want to talk a little bit about what we're featuring in the gift guide, which is the dark chocolate Christmas spice bomb,
Okay.
which looks amazing and sounds amazing. What inspired this product? Because I love it.
Well, Christmas spices, the spices at Christmas it goes back a long time, like the milling spices,
Yeah.
like the glue wine, and so all these specific spices that are in that product is something that has been around a long time, and it goes chocolate and spices goes very well together because that goes back to the time of the Incas. When Christopher Columbus bumped into chocolate in the 1500s, they were already adding spices to it. So this is not a novelty thought. and it goes very well together. Like we were making last week Christmas bars with spices,
Mm.
and the smell alone in the factory, it really it makes you think about Christmas right away.
Yes, I love the mulling spices, the cinnamon, allspice, clove, orange peels, cardamom, and mace. Like I often will make my hubby a chai tea and just smell the cup because it just smells so good. And I love that you integrated those into this. So this to me is like the perfect gift for self or someone else because of course you're going to make a really beautiful, almost like a mulled hot chocolate with it, right?
And that's what it is. That's
Yeah.
really what it is. So the chocolate bomb concept is you actually make a hot chocolate, and the bombs that we make is roughly a chocolate bar.
Okay. Yeah.
That's kind of the weight. It's roughly around 60 grams, the weight of a chocolate bar, and then you add your. You can make it with soy. You can make it with almond milk, yeah, or with regular milk. The only thing you have to make sure that it's very hot before you pour it over.
Right. So that it all melts and everything
Yes.
mixes together really well. I absolutely love it. What's your favorite thing about this product? Is it the spices in it?
Yeah, the spices. I like the combination of the spices and chocolate.
I love it.
And I
And
prefer it with dark chocolate. For that specific product, I prefer it with dark chocolate.
I'm such a fan.
What is dairy free? Our dark chocolate is dairy free because there's actually a lot of dark chocolate that have butter oil in it.
Right.
So people don't pay attention to that, like they think it's dairy free, but if there is butter oil in it, it's not dairy free anymore.
Right. Thank you for bringing that up. And I want to talk a little bit about the quality of your product because, like you said earlier, you're sourcing 90% organic. Why is the integrity of the product so important to you?
But it came more like in a natural way, like when you look for if you look for ingredients, quality ingredients.
Mm.
Often people that make ingredients and they really want to make the best in their field, they often do it in an organic way. Some of them are certified, some are not certified. For me to be certified is not the key thing. It's more like the person behind it, and that's really what counts. And so we got more and more organic ingredients, and then at the end we said like, well, we can as well go as far as we can, and so now most products are organic. Some of the fruits are not, but the rest is all organic. And also our chocolate is also, we are certified fair trade because that's
Mm.
something that I believe in. It's more an ethical issue. Um, if you want that I talk about that a little
Yeah,
bit, I
please.
gladly do that. Chocolate in the world is sold mostly as a commodity,
Mhm.
and in the commodity market, and as a rule of thumb, the farmer ends up with 30 or 50% of the revenue, what is kind of shocking actually. So when a chocolate company buys the cocoa beans from a commodity market, the farmer ends up with actually very little.
Mhm.
And so I don't go myself because I'm too small to do that. I would go bankrupt on airline tickets. So I work with an Italian company that does direct buying, and so the system that they do is they pay the farmers directly or the cooperative, because a lot of them are small farmers and they work them with the cooperative. So they buy the cocoa beans from a cooperative and pay them directly. It's logistically a little bit more a challenge, but the farmer gets way more money. He gets at least double. And also there is a traceability is much better because in the commodity world, to trace back is basically impossible. So in any case, I'm a strong believer. It's important that the people in Africa, Central America, Indonesia, that they can make a decent living
Mhm.
from their farmland, because if they don't, they're gonna switch the crops, and they're gonna not grow any more cocoa.
Yeah. Yeah, no, thank you for sharing and clarifying about fair trade. And I think that it is so important because, again, people are not educated on, where we're sourcing ingredients, what that looks like, how much the farmer is making. and all the work they have to put in, right? And
Yeah,
that they're not getting compensated. So thank you for clarifying that. What
yeah.
I'm curious, what inspires like the creation of a new product? Do you have a process you go through? Do you get an idea and bring it to life? Are you playing in the kitchen?
It's a whole bunch of factors. Like, it can be from looking to a program on the Food Network.
Yeah.
It's from being walking through the grocery store. When I go somewhere, I always go and look up other chocolate shops, books. It's all kinds of things. Some people come up, here in the office, they throw an idea around, and we try it, and that's how it is. So it comes from all kinds of sides of the world.
I love it.
It can even be my sister that says like, "Oh, I had eaten that somewhere in a restaurant. Or that you should try that." And then you try it, and then something comes out of it.
I love it. I love it. And it's, I mean, it's such a food is so creative. I feel like it's a canvas, right? You get to really try so many different things when it comes to creating chocolate.
Yeah, well, it's something that if you are in that field in the food world, and you really love what you're doing, then it's something that you always think about, and you always pay attention if you see something new, or what that you say like, I'm gonna try that out and see if the combination works, yes or no.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what's interesting? I have to tell you this quick little story. When I was a child, my mom and I would make homemade chocolates in the kitchen, and we'd melt the wafers in the jars and pots of boiling water and make different fillings and things. And so I feel like for many people, chocolate has a special place in our heart associated with holidays, celebrations, different times of year. And I think that's why it's even more special when we can source a local company with integral ingredients, with, you know, an owner like you that is so integral with what you're doing, because it literally adds to the experience of buying and enjoying the product, because it is an experience, right? When we bring in that
Yeah.
mindfulness and intentionality, we're creating an experience and memories.
Absolutely. No, absolute memories. Very, I hear that all the time. So people come in and they said, like, we have had your chocolate since we are 5 years old, etc. And so it's for lots of people, it's part of their family tradition. And I feel very honored and blessed that people come and tell me that. And yeah, no, there is definitely, a lot of these stories that go around. By the way, I teach courses for people that want to make chocolates at home. I do hands-on courses. So
Good.
they come here, and I show them all the basic techniques to temper chocolate, and I make some goodies at home.
I love that. And if we have links for that, we'll make sure to put them in the description below. So if anyone wants to go and sign up for a class or see when the next ones are, that information will be available for everybody. And of course, for those of you that are local in the Calgary area or around the city, definitely come and check that out. I might have to come in and join a class, because I mean, it'd be great to meet in person and do some creating. I'm curious, do you have a favorite product of yours that you just can't live without?
Uh, there's a long list.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's what I do on a regular basis. Like, I love my hot chocolate. Like, we make our own hot chocolate here, and I love that. It's something that I had when I was a child. Basically, like, for example, at Easter we got an Easter egg, so we would smash the Easter egg shell with my fist, and then melt it in milk, and there you had your hot chocolate, right? So that's something that has been I've had my whole life, basically. I love our hazelnut spread. It's not probably the most popular product, but it's something that is very nice. And in Belgium, where I'm born, it's chocolate is on the breakfast table. I know a lot of people freak out of that here, but on a toast or on a slice of bread, that is very normal. Now, I make a hazelnut spread and I put a lot of hazelnuts in it. It's 70% hazelnuts in our spread and 30% chocolate. So there's very little sugar in it, and you really get the full flavor of the nuts.
I love that. Hazelnuts are amazing. So of course, talking about allergens and sensitivities, I know you said earlier that even the pretzels are gluten free because I'm sure you've seen a kind of an explosion of demand for gluten free, dairy free,
Yes.
vegan. So many people have sensitivities and allergies now. Can you talk a little bit about that? Why, that's important to take into consideration and what you have?
Yes, so the gluten-free is the number one question that we get, and we were mainly mostly gluten-free, and then pretzels is a popular product, and so then we found a manufacturer that makes pretzels that are gluten-free. So now we pay attention to that, and we only get gluten-free products. No, we are not certified, so we have to say gluten-free friendly,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't bring anything with gluten in. Some other products that we make a special effort, like we do wine gummies and gummy bears covered in chocolate, and they are done without animal products. Like we don't use gelatin in it, so they are like animal free products. Um, Sugar, since the inception of my new company, I pay especially attention to have as least sugar as possible. Like our basic dark chocolate, our semi-sweet is 70%, so there is less than 30% sugar in that. But compared to a lot of commercial chocolate where it is up to 60% sugar in it. So that we have done at the milk chocolate too. Our milk chocolate has 46% cocoa and has roughly 30% added sugar. Milk chocolate is a little bit a different animal because dairy products contains naturally a certain amount of sugar.
Right.
So yeah, we have done that with most products. We pay a lot of attention like that. It's not loaded with sugar, and people really like that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like the overly sweet taste. Our customers, and
Yeah.
and I think people's tastes is changing over the years.
Yeah.
Uh, 40 years ago, that's what was on the market.
Right.
So there was no. That was the only choice that they had.
Yeah.
People, the palates are becoming more sophisticated. People travel more.
Yeah.
Uh, they still like sweet. There's no doubt about that, but not as much.
Right. Yeah. One of my favorite products you guys have is the sea salt dark chocolate bar. I love sea salt and dark chocolate together. It's just
Yes,
such a good combination. So
very.
I imagine it is. I give it as a holiday gift every year and put it in stockings and give it to like just everybody because it's such a nice gift and it's not too sweet. So amazing.
For a dairy-free product, we have one chocolate that is very special for Christmas that I do every year, and that is our cherries.
Oh.
They have been aged in liqueur for a
Okay.
long time, and then we take them out, and then we dip them in fondant sugar, so they have sugar in it.
Mhm.
And the alcohol and the sugar they work together, and after 2 weeks the inside becomes completely liquid. So it's a very unusual chocolate that is very old-fashioned, that
Okay.
has been done more than 100 years, very labor intensive, but it's something that's really a treat. It's really a treat.
Yeah. And you pretty much just answered my next question because I was going to ask you, do you have a holiday, something really special for the holidays? Is there any other product you want to share about that you love that's coming out specifically for the holidays that everyone should pick up?
Yeah, for like people that for dairy free or vegan, we do certain Christmas figurines
Mm.
that have no dairy in it. So little Santas and things like that. And we have our Christmas spice bar. I talked earlier about the spice bar. So we have one with dark chocolate, with cranberries, and then the typical Christmas spices. Uh, yeah, and then we have like a collection of truffles. We have some of them that are vegan. We have even a milk chocolate that is, it's not a milk chocolate, but is made with coconut milk. That is vegan.
Awesome. lots of good options, things that people can try. Is there a deadline if people are ordering online, like to ship? Is there a deadline that people should be getting their orders in before Christmas to make sure they get them on time?
Yes, if we, in Canada wide, it's the 18th of December. Alberta is the 20th of December. And then in the city, apparently the couriers are gonna ship till the 23rd at noon.
Okay.
So that's for in city. And then the stores will be open.
Yeah.
Like we have 2 retail locations. The factory is just by Chinook Mall, outside Chinook Mall, like 1 minute south. And then we have a retail store in Mardeloop. And then we are in the Calgary Farmers Market, the old one by Heritage Drive, and then by the new one by COP.
Good. I'm so
But
glad.
online, like you know, you can shop. You know, that's not, we do a lot of online orders.
Amazing. Yes. So whatever's easiest for you guys. And just to confirm, so people know exactly where they're looking, what is the website where they can go online and check for product orders?
It's masterchocolat.com.
Yes.
And chocolat is the French spelling. There's no E at the end.
Correct. Right.
Master Chocolat in one word. And by the way, like the factory by Chinook that is on basically 69th Avenue and McLeod, just off McLeod, is open to the public. So you can come in and we have glass windows. You see us produce the chocolates and you can sit down and enjoy a hot chocolate.
Oh, I love that. So really come and have an in-person experience, right?
Yes.
Amazing.
You should come. I invite you for a hot chocolate.
I am definitely coming for a hot chocolate and to shake your hand and to just see the facility. Oh my goodness, I will definitely be there. Thank you for the invite. Is there anything else you want to share? Anything else you want the viewers to know about?
I think we have covered most that, you know, then yeah, come and try. We always get a sample when you come, and inside, like we have for the customer, we have always something to try on the counter because, like, you know, I want to promote good quality, and people can try the product, and if they are satisfied, then they can shop around with us.
Yes, I love it. Well, thank you for taking the time and thank you for producing such integral, amazing product. We're so grateful to have you be part of the gift guide. And if you are looking for an amazing gift or get something for yourself, make sure that you check out masterchocolat.com. We'll make sure all the details are below in the description. And we're so excited to get busy making some of these chocolate spice bombs because they are going to make the house smell amazing and you're going to have that comforting memory to create with hot chocolate. So thank you for joining me today. It's been a pleasure.
Well, thank you, Amber. Thank you very much.